I am now the CEO of my own corporation, and I have 50 people working for me.
Wow, that's lovely. After I graduated from Harvard, I ran my second company in Indonesia. I'm the head CEO there, and I actually have a company of about 1,500 people.
Well, I went to Yale and Princeton, and I have a PhD from both schools, and now my kids go to Yale and will go to Princeton.
Well, I'm actually the dictator of a small country where they pray to me every night.
Well, I am the self-proclaimed dictator of a non-existent empire.
We're back to episode
33.
33. Your age. Your age in real time.
I will be one day. Hopefully. God, I hope to be.
But at any rate, this episode is going to be about education and
job titles. And I hope to be finished with education at 33. Well, hardcore education.
And I hope to not have a job or a title.
I was about to say, I hope to be retired in a couple of years.
It'd be nice to just do nothing.
It sure would. It's a F for education and a title.
Yes. But basically, I do want to apologize because we've been putting these videos out a little later than what you guys are pretty much used to, and I've gotten a lot of feedback. Sorry.
Sorry, we're overworked.
I don't think I told you. A lot of people said stuff to me.
We're overworked and underpaid.
I'm overworked.
Overworked.
But anyway, what we wanted to really talk about was like people who have these titles or feel like this education puts them like up here basically, and like we've experienced some of that
mountaintop.
They've been up to the mountains in their head.
And they really live in the valley level. Oh.
Get down on the ground.
Come on, Gilly.
But anyway, I think some of y'all probably know what we're talking about. Like,
oh yeah, some of y'all probably go through this on y'all jobs where y'all do all of this work and probably got the title of nothing and nobody, and you support someone's efforts who's the vice president of
blah 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 blah, who strolls in
10 a.m.
Yes.
and leaves at 4 p.m.
And think that they run everything.
Right, after they dumped all their work on you.
Yes. And that's amazing to me. Like, and the thing that really kills me, and it's not so much because, you know, people have their titles or whatnot, but I just feel like when people really start to believe this title or really feel like that this is their everything.
Oh, yeah. Like,
you know, like, I am the empress above, yes. You know, like.
Like they take a needle and inject vice president in their veins.
Right, and it could be taken away from you like that. And it's like.
I've seen it happen. So be careful.
They re-upped on vice president?
Yes, they re-upped. Give me my shot. Drink the Kool-Aid.
But, like, you know, to me, I mean, and, you know, I've been in the working field. Like, I've worked my whole life, but like since college for about 6 years.
You've been in the field picking
like
cotton.
6 years.
You've been out there
and
with me.
I've moved from the bottom or lower level like to the top or pretty much now.
Yeah.
And I really feel like I'm the same type of person now. While I feel like I do perform better and do know a lot more now, but like to me, regardless of anybody's position in my company, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, I feel like I could still interact with them, or like, like it doesn't, like, people's titles. And I find it a lot in different places where, like, the title almost determines whether or not I'm worthy of your conversation. And, like, to me, that is ridiculous.
You should be fluid. Like, no matter what your title is, somebody should be able to touch you. And I come to find out when some of these people are
touching my body
on the floor, when they're at the mountaintop. They can't be touched, or they can only be touched by somebody who's up there with them. Like, don't talk to me unless you're a VP or a director.
You got all these gatekeepers. You can't go to me unless you've been here.
Right.
And go here to
you know. You sent such and such an email. Do you know what their title is?
How could you let them walk past you without stopping them?
And speaking and licking their butt.
Yeah.
After a bad day.
Oh God.
And you know what I mean. But no, it's the same thing with job titles and education. And as I was thinking, I just had some recent experiences where I know that you can't earn common sense at a university or a college. Because I know you work, well, I don't know what you do at work. But I've worked either in the current or in the past with some people who have a degree. And maybe an extra degree.
Yes. But 1, 2 to 3.
They common senseless.
It's shot to hell.
For your mother. They have like no common sense.
Right.
And it cracks me up. I'm like, so it just proves the point even further. You can't pay for common sense. And they probably shouldn't have the job they're in.
Right.
It's probably nepotism.
But so a lot of times that is the case. But I remember what I was going to say about the other thing. But one thing I hate about like with jobs and stuff, like, and I understand for some stuff it's like, you know, when you're looking at job descriptions and you're trying to apply for jobs, you know, it says, oh, have to have a master's or a bachelor's. Okay, we can understand that because it's supposed to mean that you know a little bit more about the field or the job or whatever. But what kills me is these titles, I mean, these jobs that require you to have like 10 years experience. Because to me, a lot of times that's ageist, because it's like, how can I have 10 years experience?
And check this. If you got 10 years of experience, most people who are at a company for 10 years are going to stay there.
Yeah.
Like the research,
10 years.
Right? The small research that I've done, I found that if you climb to that 10-year ladder, you're gonna go for 15 or you're gonna go for 20. Like, you don't have any incentive. By that time you're at 10 years, I know someone now who's
you're
been
dying on your desk.
Right. There's someone I know who's been at her job for 10 years, and she'll tell you, I don't do much. But my 10 years has gotten me able to not do much. So why is she leaving? Don't look for 10 years experience. Look for somebody that's going to work hard with common sense.
Right. And to me, it should say what is the job is required. Like, do you need to know Microsoft Word, Excel, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know, a strong blah, blah, blah background. You know, all that stuff. But, like, I just hate when I'm looking up jobs and it's like, you know, 15 years. And I'm like, this shit, like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, like, I match everything that it's asking for, but why do I have 15 years experience in it?
I remember when I was managing people and I got a promotion, but for some reason the company wouldn't give me the title manager, and it didn't bother me, but my new job description said supervises blah blah blah, and I'm like, well,
isn't that a manager?
Yeah. They gave me leader.
Oh.
It's all good, whatever, I ain't there no more, but
but that is true. It's almost like dating somebody. You know how you date somebody?
Yeah.
And you're like, we're not going to call this, we're not together, we're not going to work, but we're going to play the
They
part.
wanted to know if they were going to put the ring on the left finger. And they tried to, and I gave that back.
You said, take that shit, motherfucker.
Oh, man, but you know what? We're educated.
We are, and
I
mean,
sometimes we get grief about being silly or whatever, but, and I mean, we're educated outside of our scholastic endeavors also.
Right, yeah.
Because it takes a lot more than that to make you a rounded, educated person. Though I believe that college is a good thing. And a great thing, and even pursuing a master's degree or PhD, whatever, is a good thing also. But just
my thing is,
don't let it make
not even just college. I think education is a good thing. And now, education doesn't mean necessarily college,
right?
Because people can educate themselves in many different ways, you know. So, like, a lot of times we'll get feedback sometimes from people, you know, and a lot of people disagree sometimes with the things that we say, which is fine. But
I got one too.
I got two. But anyway, you know, of course that's fine. But like the thing is, when people try to say, well, where did you go to school and blah blah blah, like I mean, okay, what does that matter with the fact that I'm talking about Amy Winehouse or whatever? You know, like it's like, come on now, like
is that all you have in your life is your degree? Because I hope them degrees keep you warm at night.
That shit'll burn in a fire.
It sure will. Degrees.
Oh God. I think he just likes doing that episode, every episode now.
I do, because now that they're fixed, I'm good.
All right, this was episode 33. Thank you for tuning in. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Be educated.